Chooses to play this legend in twos alongside his teammate of Saphir, of course, on the classic EU Ulgrim.
Yeah, they've been able to get some great setups utilizing that boots kit and leading into a bunch of signatures from Saphir. But we'll see if they can do it here against Acno and Delta, as kicking it off. So far, everybody's got a set of weapons.
Starting this one off on the Fortress of Lions. Acno sort of rotating over maybe to the right side, now moving over to the left. Now they've kind of swapped the people on the blue team that they're fighting. Now Delta's putting some work on it. How have Jakeyy and Saphir taken this much damage this quickly? Like, I can't remember which one I was looking at. I was like, okay, he's taking a lot of damage. And then I saw like the neutral signature come out from Acno, and I saw the other blue team member fly across the screen, and it was like, when did all this damage get added up so quickly?
Yo, they're just landing more hits, the red team is, but also they're landing the bigger hits. There's been more signatures coming out. Of course, you said Acno threw out that sig, but also Delta threw out a down sig earlier, so they're just getting some big swinging hits onto this blue team. Here's a team combo, though. He's going to launch back for the side sig.
And that's part of the beauty of playing the Tesca, whether you have the gauntlets or the boots, is that, like, okay, you can choose with some of your signatures with the active input whether you want to send towards the blast zone or like back towards your opponent or your teammate, sorry, so that he can follow up with yet another devastating signature like we just saw.
Yeah, and I really like the decision to throw back towards Saphir because how little damage was on Acno in that moment. Right now, though, Acno, the most damaged person on the screen, could get taken out from a neutral light in the right spot. Downlight recovery will do it.
Now we're seeing everybody around the same damage. They're mid to the later half of orange, except for Acno, who's coming in fresh. There's the D-Sig, putting some work on a Saphir, who's now at the weapon disadvantage as he's landing on the stage. But he sidelights Delta away. He still is unable to grab the weapon until just now. Jakeyy get back onto the middle of the stage to try and help out. Put some work on Acno. Now Saphir getting sent down. I was expecting a weapon toss. There it is from Acno, but it doesn't make contact.
Meanwhile, Delta on the stage, got that KO onto Jakeyy. Saphir so damaged right now. It's kind of that desync that sometimes happens when somebody survives a little too long, but Saphir gets taken out.
Delta went in with the perk of pivot down air, trying to hit that. It didn't. And then out came Acno right after him with the down air, reaching down really low.
Ooh, okay, good interrupt there coming out from Delta. Yeah, Hammer players as a whole have been doing that a lot more.
It's definitely like less of a commitment than recovery, because obviously you're not putting yourself even further down.
Okay,
ooh, chase dodge.
Yeah.
Double
Downlight
chase
and then
dodge
chase dodge through. Really just trying to mix up the blue team there. Saphir was sweat beating, but that side air just kind of forcing his way over to the wall. Oh, Delta helping out the blue team a little bit there. And Sig.
And then he gets punished right after it. And now Acno got 2v1'd in just that singular moment, and this game is starting to slip away. Definitely not an unwinnable 1v2 here for Delta. The jumps there missing.
I want to highlight that follow-up that took down Acno just because that shows how much team play comes out from this blue team. Saphir is going to fall, though. Delta might be deep red, but nice little down air coming out from Jakeyy.
Oh, swapping over to the boots there. I thought he was going to try and pick up the gauntlets after they actually hit Delta and then just go in with like a D-light or something like that. Stomp side air. Pick Jakeyy up while he was a little bit aerial. Just the weapon toss, no major commitment after that. Now they've swapped places all of a sudden.
Oh, but good movement, and that was a burn dodge. Jakeyy jumps high enough. Does he have the aerial movement? Weapon toss, giving him some safety. The side air will finish it off. Good decision not to active input, has less force on it.
You can see the damage numbers between those two. Wow, that was a lot more damage on Saphir. I feel like I didn't get to watch Saphir a lot. I feel like I just happened to be focused on a lot of the other players in the game than Saphir. So I'm going to keep my eye on him more now, given that he did the lion's share of the damage for his team.
Well, you're seeing some of the replays of that game, number one. Here's that team combo that Delta managed to get in there, but he got punished for his troubles there.
Great follow-up so far coming from Jakeyy and Saphir. In terms of the follow-up game, I would definitely hand it to them over Acno and Delta so far.
Yeah, it's been like, you know, the classic story of like who has better team combos versus who has better individual plays. And right now, red team leaning a little bit heavier into the individual plays while blue team's more into the team play.
They still picked that up even after the downlight. Nothing came after the downlight from Delta. And so Acno was still ready to pick up the combo right after that, add up a little bit more damage.
I like the decision there from Acno. He had both blue team members in his spear string. So he was like, you know what? Even though downlight's not a true combo, I'm just going to go for it because one of them will probably mess up.
Oh, that was a nice cheeky option there coming out from Saphir. He did the sidelight into the neutral air, then he chase dodged and tried to get back down to the ground as quickly as he could so he could turn around and try to hit a neutral light. The neutral light didn't actually make a connection. Okay, there's the side air. Blue team completely split here. GC Insig, not enough to KO just yet. He picked it up really low. Now blue team's regrouped a little bit. Nice side air, bouncing off the stage. Great spike there.
Yeah, that was a great punish coming out from Saphir. Acno was getting a little eager to get those KOs. You saw the way he was swinging throughout the Insig, and then went for the ground pound. Will finish off the stock, though, with that side air on the right side.
Let's see how long Delta can live on this stock.
Oh,
he's at weapon disadvantage here, and he gets sent into that down signature from Acno. Taking a little while to get back over to the platform. Blue team just kind of holding the center stage, moving over a little bit to that left side corner where Acno was stuck on the wall for a bit. Delta still hasn't been able to get a weapon, and spending that long, like that deep in your stock when you don't have a weapon, you're not able to make that much of an effect in the game. Like, he wasn't doing very much in that moment while he was waiting for those weapon spawns to come in. He wasn't able to really relieve that much pressure from Acno. He was mostly just kind of a distraction, but the blue team wasn't really falling for it.
Yeah, like at best, he was just kind of a fly really in the faces of the blue team, but not getting much done. Saphir, though, getting some good damage. Extra on top of Acno. Nice down sig. Those were the things that were giving them that damage advantage in game number 1.
There's the in-light. It seemed, I don't know if Delta was trying to hit Saphir so he couldn't get the follow-up, or if he was just trying to like catch his teammate.
I think it was a catch, because he ended up neutralizing Acno there. Down sig's gonna whiff. That's a punish.
And Saphir did a good job of, once Jakeyy got the grab with the signature, Saphir moved past him so that Acno wouldn't be there. One, it got out of the way, and then two, Acno couldn't be there to interrupt because there was a wall. There was that big blue wall from Saphir. Okay, this could be huge.
Goes for the down sig there, I guess trying to optimize damage. Interesting, because usually somebody will go for like the down light side air on the Saphir side. Stop,
nice follow-up. Weapon toss didn't make all the way over to hit Saphir. Saphir ended up going down over that corner.
Saphir a little bit more damage than everybody else. Acno starting to play that follow-up game. Down airs 2 people, but his teammate's the one who's out in the open air. Does he have the movement? It's going to be a trade 1-for-1, and now we're left to the 1v1, and down sig goes the way of Acno.
That was a great, like, back and forth capitalization on maybe a rough moment, turning lemons into lemonade.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the other team also kind of doing the same thing after that with that really high side air. So yeah, the end of that game was just, it was like a back and forth tug of war in those final moments there. Yeah, perfect. Yeah. It was beautiful. And then almost got that side air. Didn't ultimately matter in the end because I don't think he would have been able to get anything off of that. Like, yeah, of course, the chase dodge, but he could have only really chase dodged up because the side air was facing towards the blast zone, and once you turn around, you're going to lose that chase dodge.
It was a great sequence overall, but here we go into game number 3, currently tied 1-1. No character swaps on either side.
Oh, I thought we were about to get a ground pound from Acno.
Oh, okay, good interrupt there from Delta, and actually didn't even hit Acno with that nair.
Jakeyy kind of stuck over on the wall for a moment. And like splitting up the red team just a little bit. That side light coming through, hitting Acno. Did he touch the wall during that? Okay, yes he did. I thought he did, but oh, Acno's gonna fall there in a stock loss that he did not need to give up. And then on the right side, Delta gets knocked out right by Jakeyy.
All right, this is a nice lead for the blue team. Jakeyy still fairly healthy. Saphir a little bit more damage. Might get taken out soon. Wow, Jakeyy just standing right next to that down sig.
Acno was hoping he would fall into it. That's why he charged it for just a little bit. He didn't hold it for the entire full charge because that can be a little bit foolish. But let's see if Jakeyy can get a little bit more extra credit here. Now stuck over on the right side. Saphir instantly rotates in.
Saphir comes over, punishing Delta. Jakeyy still holding the boot. Saphir trying to position for the follow-up off of Jakeyy.
Sidelight nair coming out from Saphir, and then instantly he moves back because he gives Jakeyy plenty of room to come in and hit like 5 or 6 unanswered boot shots.
Yeah, dude, Jakeyy's boots are starting to pop off, man.
They're really good.
He is finding connections everywhere. This is the down air there on Acno. Could have led to a KO, but I also got to point out, Jakeyy's still on that first stock.
He is. And especially that boot level up, that's not what we saw last game. Last game he did 366 on the gauntlets compared to 11 on the boots. This game, complete 180 potentially in the other direction. We'll have to see his gauntlet numbers comparably.
Okay,
nice.
Wow. Just the walk over instant ground pound. And that's going to put Saphir on that final stock alongside Acno and Delta.
Jakeyy and Saphir still in a pretty good spot because Jakeyy is fresh on that second stock. Finding his way in there, went for the side light. Tried to reach again with that side light. Acno was just a little bit too high. Little two-piece there from Acno, but unfortunately he was on his teammate. Or a onesies, twosies, if I was Skiff.
Yeah. Ooh, not able to follow up off of that nair from Saphir. But you can see the way this game has started to slow down as everybody gets into those final stocks.
I was just about to say, it seems like the structural integrity of this match, like the form and function of this match, has all of a sudden gone more amorphous than it was previously.
Jakeyy now in that position where he has to keep Saphir alive unless he can take out one of the red team members. Ground pound from Acno hits a lot of people, but nobody gets KO'd.
Nice dodge there from Delta, and the turnaround got the side light punish. Going deep. Oh, the recovery did not come out from Delta. Saphir got the hit, got the chase dodge, still stuck around over there, still continuing to stick around, and he gets grab pounded by his teammate. Oh, the weapon toss potentially going to take out Jakeyy here. He did get the dare into the wall to reset his jumps.
Lots of people deep red though. Even if Jakeyy loses a stock from that side air, he still has a big opportunity. All he needs is like a good heavy hit.
He does not have the weapons that I would want to have in this situation though, regardless of what he picks up. If he's able to pick anything up, because Acno and Delta do not want to let him get a weapon in his hands or on his feet.
Ooh, team combo. This needs to convert to a KO, and it will. The down sig from Delta launching straight up into the KO box.
I don't think was he able to find a single hit? I don't remember him finding a single hit.
So. No, because I think he was really hoping for a weapon spawn, and he was like
so he's playing very
back,
defensively.
And then he just got caught.
Yeah. That was definitely a tough ending to that game, because that's absolutely, if you like just look in the top right, you're like, yes, this is a winnable 1v2, absolutely. But when you have the gauntlets, you're like, oh no, what do I go for here? Do I go for a signature? If I don't, I'm just gonna get stuck in so many frames during that animation that I'm just gonna end up getting punished for it. So you can't do your side light change, you can't do your D-light recovery, you swap over to the boots, it's the same kind of story.
Yeah, I mean, in that position, he basically becomes a recovery factory, right? Like he just, whatever weapon he has, he's hoping for like a dash jump recovery to connect, but Sweat beating out in the open, doesn't have the movement. That's a nice start for the red team, and Saphir not able to make it a trade.
If they get Saphir here too, that's going to be so brutal. Oh man, that's tough, because Saphir was like very close to almost taking out Acno there and trading 1-for-1. He almost got the grab out there too, but Delta saved him with the interruption. Jakeyy, oh, so everybody's sweating, dude. It literally is this doubles championship.
Dude, the heat is on, the sun is out, and so is that red moon. Lots of people were sweating, but Delta, he's healthy. He put on the sunblock.
Yeah, he was just kind of chilling up at the top. He came in like exactly when they needed him to, sort of midway through, got the interruption, and then all of a sudden came back towards the end and helped out to make sure his team, this red team, is sitting in the lead here. Almost got the follow-up there, didn't quite come out from Acno in time.
Okay, knocked both red team members towards Saphir, but little missed timing just because of the damage difference on the red team.
Still unable to take away this first stock from Delta. He's done a great job of keeping himself like locked into that center stage, not into any dangerous situations where he can get punished for the KO move. But Jakeyy takes Acno off the top, and it may not matter how tanky Delta is if Acno's just bullied out of the game.
Yeah, I mean, there is always that potential to go for the 1v2s. Right now, stock count might be even. Saphir, though, deep red. He's got to be careful here.
Man, he's not been able to follow up off of that neutral light several times. He's attempted that same signature each time, and his timing's just been a little bit off.
Yeah, it's interesting because he was actually doing side sigs earlier, which I think is safer just because of like how many active frames there are, but he switched it up to the neutral sig, and he's still just not quite finding that hit.
Was he hitting the side sigs grounded, or was he gravity canceling that?
Gravity cancel.
Okay. Because like maybe he just doesn't want to attempt that and wants to go for the, because obviously the Axe neutral light will send your opponent a little bit aerially, which is why he goes for the neutral signature, that little butterfly at the end rather than the beginning stages of it. That's why you gravity cancel the side sig. Ooh, Acno! What an edge guard. And the double KO to secure the game, sending both members of the blue team off that right side.
And that, I believe, is a 3-1 in favor of Acno and Delta. Really strong showing towards the tail end of that. Because, I mean, there was a while there where Jakeyy and Saphir were looking good, could have seen this one go really back and forth, and then Acno and Delta turned it on so much.